All of you who had Detroit in 5, no, you didn't. The Pistons delivering another NBA title to Motown, somewhat unexpected. Now, what should we expect from the Lakers? Who will stay and what heroes are fading away? Don't you go away. This is SportsCenter.
This is SportsCenter.
Hey, hey, how's it? Welcome to SportsCenter. Neil Everett and Matt Weiner here to remind you, we also thought the Pistons had no chance.
No chance whatsoever. Who knew the right way to play, as Larry Brown is fond of saying, was actually the right way to win an NBA title? Motown, now officially Title Town, and Stu Scott is smack dab in the middle of the party.
14 years and 1 day after their last NBA championship, Motown fans have painted their faces and are celebrating this NBA championship. Welcome back to our continuing coverage of the NBA Finals. Stuart Scott alongside Greg Anthony and Tim Legler. Guys, it wasn't just that they beat the Lakers, it was how they beat the Lakers. Were you surprised at how easy it was?
I definitely was surprised. They dominated this basketball team in every facet of the game. And again, it wasn't about the hype of the Lakers. It was more about the substance of the Detroit Pistons.
Yeah, I didn't think they could dominate a team that won 3 rings to the extent that they would completely demoralize them and really take their will to play, which is exactly what they did.
It was a double dip for Larry Brown, trying to become the oldest coach to ever win an NBA championship and trying to become the first to ever win an NBA championship and an NCAA championship. Kobe Bryant was hoping not on this night. Sheed was in the house. Larry Brown, they call him pound for pound, LB. Get it? Lakers would have to go without their big man, one of them, Karl Malone. Bum knee sitting out. His replacement, though, Slava Medvedenko. Greg, my man Slava woke up. What happened?
He wasn't slobbing tonight with the jump shot. It was flowing. He came out early. He was aggressive. He was active. And the Lakers as a team, they were trying to get out in transition, speed up the tempo of the game. He made a couple nice shots, got on the offensive glass a little bit as well. It looked like the Lakers had a chance early, Stu.
Slava scored the first 6 points for the Lakers. He finished with 10. But Big Ben Wallace got a pep talk from Dr. J. Ben went old school Fro style with Dr. J. Dr. J did talk to him before the game. First quarter, legs. Why was the Piston break so effective?
Well, you know, they capitalized on the Laker turnovers. Lakers sloppy with the ball in that quarter. Detroit got out and ran. And, you know, this is really where Detroit improved, I think, in the postseason. Their ability to be opportunistic and take the chances when they had them, and they converted on the break tonight.
That was a 16-4 run, but early Shaq, big fella doing work. He had 20 points, 8 boards, Lakers down 4. And then Kobe got a little righteous. He was 7 of 21 shooting. Another turning point, though, the second quarter. Greg, were you surprised at how well the Pistons front court played?
No, not at all. You shouldn't be after the way they played the first 4 games in this series. Again, the activity with which they play, they all have the versatility to defend, and offensively, they're starting to become more and more effective. They just wear you out with all those big bodies and the ability to play the game the right way.
Motown shot over 60% in the first half. Third quarter, the Pistons getting a little bit crunk, but Kobe's like, hold up now. Kobe had 24 points, also in the third. Billups drives, no, but Ben Wallace got...
Oh!
Benny! 22 rebounds, 10 of them on the offensive side. Legs, why is Chauncey Billups the MVP of the series?
Because the guy has so many responsibilities, and he was so consistent throughout the series. He has to score and be a playmaker. Did them both. Well-deserved.
Speaking of well-deserved, the artist formerly known as Tayshaun Prince got an offensive board. Detroit, 22 offensive rebounds total. Speaking of whoa, you thought that other dunk was nice.
Exclamation point right there.
Big Ben, 12th career, 20-rebound game in the playoffs. Larry Brown, pound for pound, gets his title, getting some love from Kobe Bryant. Larry Brown always had the utmost respect for the Lakers. Now everybody's got to give the Detroit Pistons their respect. Chauncey Billups, first guard other than Jordan to win a Finals MVP since Isaiah did it back in 1990, another Piston. The score, it wasn't even that close.
Toward the end of it for me, and the way we did it against such a quality coach and a quality team, pretty incredible feeling.
If we had to lose, we was going to go down fighting. And everybody just came in and continued to fight and continue to work and made good things happen all season.
Really, I'm just speechless, man. I mean, I dreamed of this opportunity all my life. And, you know, the way my career had gone, you know, it seemed like my chance was kind of drifting away. But I never gave up. You know, I never gave up on what I felt I could do. And what I felt I could do is win a championship and have a chance to win this trophy right here. And, you know, God is good, man. God is definitely good.
Larry Brown coached 21 years before he won his NBA championship. By a decade, the longest ever for any coach before winning an NBA championship. One of the most respected guys in basketball, college or pro level. LB deserves it. Guys, if you think about it, there were 20 quarters and 1 overtime session in this finals. You can only say that the Lakers dominated 1 quarter, the second quarter of game 2, and that overtime. Other than that, it was either Piston domination or pretty much even. How did they take the Lakers' heart?
I think by the relentlessness with which they play, the fact that they never took a possession off on both ends of the floor, and I don't think mentally that the LA Lakers were conditioned to go up against that type of pressure. And it showed as the series progressed, they got weaker mentally and weaker. And you have to give credit to this basketball team. They got better offensively because their confidence started to grow, because they knew they could defend this basketball team. They knew if they went out and executed in the half court that eventually the Lakers would succumb. And you saw a lot of long faces on the LA Lakers as this series progressed. They basically felt like they couldn't compete with this basketball team. You saw it in their body language. You saw it in their lack of effort as this series progressed.
I feel like they answered any questions they even had about themselves in game 1. They stood toe-to-toe, came out with a victory. They knew right then what they could do to this team. And if you look at it, how did they take the Lakers, Will? I think with a constant barrage of activity. I mean, they just put them under siege on the offensive glass, getting after loose balls. They were quicker and they were more athletic. If anything came out of this series, to me, it was how unathletic the Lakers were exposed for being. And I'm not talking about just the older guys with injuries. I'm talking about their young players were not nearly as athletic as the Pistons guys. They have more depth and more athleticism. That's why they won the series.
You saw Ben Wallace. He was killing the boards, offensive and defensive. Larry Brown says he's the most valuable player in this team because he scores 7 or 8 points a night and has a bunch of rebounds. What makes this guy so effective?
He's so special. And, you know, he's a former teammate. He's a friend, and I want to congratulate him right now because I admire and respect him so much. You got to remember, this is a guy that came from a Division II school that no one ever heard of. Ben Wallace playing at Virginia Union University, undrafted, comes in, and the reason he is where he is today, holding a championship trophy and being the leader and the guy that epitomizes what the Detroit Pistons are all about, simply through hard work and wanting it. He's a quiet guy, but he leads by example. Everybody on that team knows Big Ben is there to have their back, and they respect that.
That they do. And you know what? You talk about a leader, he's also a role model. Because think about it, if you want to have somebody to model your child after, this is the guy you would choose because
you want the Fro too, right?
Well, the Fro is nice.
The Fro is nice.
But you know what? He earns everything he has. This guy works. He doesn't take anything for granted. He's a very humble person, and he leads by example. It's all about doing what's right. And Larry Brown talks about playing the right way. He lives the right way every single second of every day.
Before Game 5, Dr. J, Julius Erving, whispered something in Ben Wallace's ear. I asked Ben, what did the doctor say to you? He said, he told me, I appreciate the way you play, and you deserve this. And Ben said, I felt like a kid talking to him because I used to act like I was Dr. J in the playground when I was little. Hey, we got more coming ahead from SportsCenter at the Palace at Auburn Hills. What's up with the Lakers? We will hear from the Lakers and talk about their future. Actually, they talk about their future later on in the show.